In product page, as soon as the page is loaded, the product list is read from Fake Store API, and the product items are displayed in a grid form. First, we will create the view model to be used in product page. Create underscore view model class and declare product or product list type, status or product status type, and error of string type. Next, run the generic constructor and generate iterable of the .data class generator and modify constructor to be a const constructor. Next, create the static function from store that takes store as an argument and returns an underscore view model instance. For product value, assign product state.product over store.state. Assign product state.product status over store.state as a value of status, and assign product state.error over store.state as error value. Next, we will connect the product page and the view model using the store connector. Let's wrap center widget in a store connector. As types, we give appState and underscore view model. Give true as the value of distinct argument. As soon as the page is loaded, the product list will be read from Fake Store API. So we dispatch get product action in the onInit callback of store connector. The onInit callback receives the store as an argument, so we can use the store's dispatch function. We will display a dialog when an error occurs. That's why we use store connector's onInitChange callback. onInitChange callback receives the previous view model and current view model as arguments. Therefore, if the status of the current view model is a product status.failure, a dialog is displayed. Alert dialog is returned from the builder callback of show dialog function. An error is given to the title, and the error property of the current view model is given to the content. In convert callback, receives appState type store as an argument and calls from store static method of underscore view model. Builder callback receives build context and underscore view model type VM as argument. Builder callback returns various widgets depending on the status. If the status of the underscore view model instance VM is product status.initial, the container is displayed. If the status of the underscore view model instance VM is product status.loading, the circular progress indicator is displayed in the center of the screen. If the product list is fetched successfully, the product list is displayed using grid.view.builder. Since we will display 2 grids per row, we will give cross-axis count 2. And I'm going to give the main axis spacing and cross-axis spacing 2 to make the grids look a little farther apart. For item count, we give the length of the product of the view model VM. In the item builder callback, first save vm.product index to the product variable. Next, we will return a grid tile. For the footer of the grid tile, we will give a grid tile bar. Assign colors.black54 to the background color of the grid tile bar to give it some transparency. Text widget is given as a title property of grid tile bar. Title is a product.title, font size is 16, and font weight is fontweight.w600. In the subtitle property, the price of the product is displayed using a text widget. We attach a backslash before the $sign to show the dollar symbol. Image.network is given to the child of grid tile, and the image URL is stored in product.image. We give boxbit.cover as a fit value. I ran the simulator. Let's do a hard restart and test. The product list was displayed well in the form of grid. However, the home bar at the bottom of the screen is a bit annoying. To make it look better, you wrap the scaffold widget of a product page with a safe area widget. And I will give colors.black to the background color of the scaffold so that the border between grids is displayed in black. Let's do a hard restart again. It turned out to be much nicer. Next, we will create a function that navigates to a product page that displays the product details. Wrap the grid tile with a gesture detector, and in the onTag callback, use navigator.push to navigate to the product page. And in product page, the product needs to be fetched from Fake Store API. So the ID of the product is required. Create product ID named argument in product page and give product ID as the value.